I told them I would be here. They didn't believe. Well, look at me now. We're about to light it up tonight. Nobody's gonna stop us. No one's gonna get left out. 'Cause we're coming up right now. 'Cause we're coming up right now.
Purposely wear thicker connectors to make a cut so that way visually it kind of gives that V that I want, right? So the way that you pick your suits, that's the difference between thin chains, because I've had thin chains, I've had multiple chains, I've tried them all. But what makes my waistline look the best? What cut makes my glutes and hamstrings come out the best? Those are things that you want to take into advantage as well that not everybody talks about. So I don't just choose pretty suits, I'm going to choose what's going to work for my body. Triangle shaped connectors too. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I am not a big breasted girl, okay? I am proud of it. I don't judge anyone that chooses to get, surgically enhanced, but one of the reasons why I do a lot of things I do is to show people that you don't have to. If you do it for you, that is fine. I have no problem with that. But to do it in hopes of having a better placement, it doesn't have to happen. Save your money, put it into something better.
Don't do it for the show.
Don't do it for a placement, right? So this is one of the things that I do. You do need to have a little, it's about symmetry, right? And being flat-chested and trying to hit these angles, I don't create those curves that Tamara was talking about. So I do stuff my bikini top. I also make sure that my connector is small, so that way I can create the cleavage. If it's too wide, it's gonna make me spread out, and then the stuffing doesn't look as natural. But if you look at all of on my Instagram at Breena Martinez, you will see my stage pics, it looks like I measure up with everybody else that might. But the truth is, I stuff. I can do back set curls with my bikini top.
What do you stuff with? Because I've heard of different stuffing.
Yeah.
I'm starting to learn from my clients that have the same thing that they have to do. I'm learning rice.
Yes.
Dry rice and dry quinoa works best.
Yeah, in little baggies. Some of them are putting it in little baggies, so that way it has more of a natural effect. I haven't personally tried that. What I usually go to is I like to go to an arts and crafts store. I'll go to Michael's. I'll go to places like that where they have silicone inserts for when you're making clothing. So I'll get silicone inserts. I call them fullies and cutlets. And I actually apply 2 of the full ones, as well as the normal padding that they give you in your suit, and then I apply cutlets as well. And what I do is you have to lift your breasts and put the padding underneath it, because again, we all know that when you get lean and you cut, you lose everything. That mostly, breast is mostly adipose tissue anyways. So you almost have to remold yourself in your suit, and I think it is definitely a huge issue that needs to be addressed on how to do it. Again, there's nothing wrong with choosing to get enhanced, but if money is tight, I don't want you guys going broke and making lifetime decisions, taking out loans and not going to school because you think that you need to have better breasts to compete. It is not true. It is not true. I would not be here as a 5-time IFBB Pro champion and about to go to my 4th Olympia if I needed to do that. So then the next thing is, how do you create confidence, right? How do you emote confidence on the stage? I think that's a question that I get asked constantly, and I think Tamara would agree with me, is it's practice, right? Just like anything, with any sport, the more you practice it, the easier it's gonna come, the less you have to think, the more fluid it appears, right? The judges don't want to sit there and look at, okay, what's she doing wrong? They want you to succeed up there. So it also is a mindset. When I walk on that stage and I address the judges, I look at it as, you guys are in my house, you guys are my guests, and I'm saying welcome. I'm saying hello to an old friend. You have to change your mindset. Some of my clients that are really, really, really nervous, I tell them, think about it. You lost 65 pounds. I have some transformation clients that turned into bikini competitors. And I say, this is your coming out party. This is where you get to inspire everybody. This is like your victory lap. Don't look at it as, oh my God, I'm in a tiny bikini in front of everybody and they're judging me. They're gonna see all my flaws, they're gonna see my stretch marks, they're gonna see my saggy booty. No, if you're thinking stage and you need to own it because it is truly a celebration of your hard work. We've seen it all the time. Plenty of people start preps, very few finish. Everybody wants to be a bikini competitor. Honestly, out of all the divisions, it is one of the biggest sports, of the divisions I should say, bikini and men's physique, the most popular, right? I think that because most people want to, look that way. Not everybody wants to be a Phil Heath. I get it. More people want to look like us because that's more of a beachy kind of look, right? That's how you'd like to look when you're on the beach. Well, I'll tell you right now, you gotta work. And that's the only way you can build your confidence is through work. Because when you work hard, you feel good about it. And no one can take that from you because you know that you did everything you could to come to that stage the way that you are. And that's what we exude. We exude our hard work. And some of the things that I also do to kind of help, especially like the amateurs. I have quite a few amateurs and I have 3 IFBB pros as well. And one of the things I try to do is I purposely put them in uncomfortable situations as a coach. I do. You can ask my athlete Priscilla Vargas, who competed last night. When she first came to me, she was a deer in headlights. She had that look on stage. Right? You laugh, but this is how she is. Eyes are big, and it's a plastic smile. It's pasted on. There's a difference between a natural smile and embracing the stage and that, oh my God, I'm scared, I'm just putting this on. Right? So what I did was I encouraged her to do more photo shoots. I also made her be a ring girl for a local boxing event that happened. And she was like, Coach, this is not bodybuilding. I said, this is putting you in front of a crowd. One of the scariest things. Yeah. That is what is making you scared, is the fact that you walk up there, there's these bright lights on you, there's these judges that are looking at you, they're not smiling because they're assessing you, and then you have this huge crowd of people, thousands and thousands of eyes staring at you. Of course it can be nerve-wracking, so you need to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, and yes, guess what? You're gonna fail. And that's a good thing, because nothing bad can really come from failure if you learn and make it an effort to grow and get better next time. Because I was so scared my first show, my knees were shaking, and then when they said to hit the back pose, I hit the back pose, and then you can see my legs shaking. And it's an uncontrollable response. It's involuntary at that point. And it was also because I wasn't practicing my posing. I didn't know. I didn't know enough. I thought I would save it for the last minute. And when I did, it was like that anxiety. There's really no true way to recreate that. So that's why you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Like public speaking is a scary thing for most people. I say the only way to get over it is to get in. Don't just put your toe in the water, you gotta jump in. And to kind of go back to that speech example, because I think everyone can kind of relate to that, does the audience ever know your speech? No, right? Same thing about your posing. Nobody knows you're posing but you. Yes, we have the mandatories, your front pose and back pose, but how you get there is ultimately up to you. So if you mess up, and it will happen, your number might fall off, right? Or you might already start transitioning before you thought you were gonna do something. Nobody knows but you, so continue to go. Don't stop and be like, oh crap, what do I do now? Because it'll show, but no one's gonna know but you and maybe your coach, right? So that's where they let your hair down a little bit. It's not that serious. We're not saving lives, right? There's no reason for you to be that worked. And again, you laugh, but I've seen people literally get so worked up backstage because they're so nervous about hitting the stage. And I tell them, hey, we're not saving lives. We're not putting out fires. We're not dodging bullets. No one's putting a gun to your head to come out there on stage. You chose this. So you choose to beat this fear and get on that stage and perform, because that's what you did. That's what you set out to do. Finish what you started.